Hey, guys, we are super excited to have somebody so big in the house that he's filling up a freaking screen. So I'm all the way back here at the back. Oh my lord, you're out angling the gorilla.
That's what I
How
do.
rude. He's the guest. Come on, come on. So just for our big guys, I gotta point out the camera's right there. See that? That's where you need to be looking. All right. Otherwise, you're talking to us both. Okay. So anyway, in case you guys don't already know, this is Corey West.
Corey West, the gorilla.
As the gorilla. That's right. He's been training for a while with Michael, moving up the ladder. And we've got some big stuff happening for him. We'll get to that in just a second.
You may have logged on for the breaking news about Devon Larratt, and we are going to discuss that very quickly. When are we going to do that, honey?
We're going to do that when we get to 200.
300. When we get to 300.
I said 2.
400. At 400 people, we're going to talk about it.
We will discuss that when we get to 200, but
I'm still saying 250. Let's compromise. Go 250. We're at 180 right now.
I don't compromise nothing. What are you talking
Back
about?
to 300, guys.
What a jerk. Okay. Anyways, guys.
They said 500. Is that
500? Oh,
There you go.
okay.
Let's
Super excited. So I can't see your comments, so we'll be getting to those here in just a little while. We might have to have it where Gorilla and I change places, but then I don't know. He's going to be back there in the next room. I don't know how we fit all this into the same screen. Thought Devon was made of, what is that?
The stuff that you do to beat Wolverine.
Oh,
Isn't that what adamantium?
look at that, guys.
So you're till 6 now, so that's too soon. We haven't got to talk yet.
Super excited. Okay, we'll wait till 300.
300.
Super excited to have you all on here.
Said you look small.
As you all know, WAL 505 is just around the corner. It's literally how many days away?
Cinco. It's how many days?
5 days.
5 days away.
5 days away.
It is 5 days.
Yeah, so I wanted to chat with, in case you guys didn't know. The
Pre-show,
gorilla
baby, right here.
is the pre-show.
Is Paul Passmore on here?
Absolutely.
Stay home.
He's having his WAL.
You don't want none of that?
Yeah, because we want him to be there because he's got to get what's coming to him, right? So, WAL, if you guys were wondering when you would be able to see Corey West there, Ollie, you're going to have to hush, buddy.
That's about it. See, it's not me getting on all these her.
If you guys were wanting to know when you're going to be able to see Corey and WAL, it is simply Thursday night. It will be live on Facebook, the prelim show. And the prelim show, how it's different, it's not best of 5.
Oh, yeah, it's 2 out of 3, isn't it?
Best of 3.
It's best of 3.
Wow.
That means you only got 3
You better
chances.
you better win.
That's the game plan.
That's cool, because it makes me
That
look really
is
bad
the
if you lose this
game
guy.
plan.
We just lost 2 people.
Well, let's
They don't want to know.
let's chat about it really quickly.
What are we talking about?
Corey
Oh, Corey.
at 505.
505.
How are you feeling?
Strong. Very strong.
Feeling strong.
She's a man of little words.
Yeah,
He just
this
lives
is-
heavy shit.
Yeah.
feeling strong. Are you feeling? How's your confidence?
It's good.
Is he going to be nodding, shaking his head on you again like he did last time? Is he going to be looking at you?
It may be.
Is he the
but
gorilla
it's
killer?
gonna-
Is he the gorilla killer?
He is definitely not.
Oh shit, 302.
Yeah.
Do we keep talking about Corey?
All right, we'll get back to Corey.
All right,
in
we're
just
coming
a
back
minute.
to Corey.
Y'all want to know the breaking news?
You guys have seen it. You heard the podcast.
They may not have listened to the podcast.
Maybe you don't.
They may not. You guys are looking so forward to a rematch between Monster Michael Todd and Devon Larratt at 506.
506. We don't know what's going to happen yet,
Does
right?
not look like it's gonna happen.
You run over there to Ollie?
Yeah, I'm gonna take care of Ollie. Talk to him about
All right. So
what
here's
we know,
Here's
Michael.
what, I see where Neil posts on the WAL this week. He makes a post. Go check out latest interview with Devon and see who he thinks deserves a shot at the hammer. And he said that in his recent match with Dave Chafee that he had a small bicep tear. No bruising, but a small bicep tear. But yet he's pulling 700-pound groupers. Man, what do you think about that, Corey?
I think you better be glad that grouper wasn't across the table from him, because it definitely slung him all over the
Yeah,
place.
he did get slapped around a little bit. I mean, it probably happened to us too.
Oh yeah.
Maybe not you.
800 pounds. That's
So basically, your weight.
You're not funny. You're just not funny.
All right. So the breaking news is, and Devon may not have gotten the match anyway. If Jerry beats Todd Hutchins, I see them giving Jerry the match. I do see the most marketable match being me and Devon Larratt, right? Would you agree? I agree. I mean, he has
100% much more marketable.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's what the WAL would like. But if Devon's injured, big if Devon's injured, and things fall where Jerry doesn't pull it off, Todd wins, and Devon can't take the match, I mean, what do we do then?
That's a big if.
That is a big if, right? We don't. All this is speculative until we see this coming Thursday night. But how many of you guys think Devon Larratt tore his bicep? You notice we didn't raise our hands. Didn't raise our hands. There's no hands.
A thumbs up. Thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up like if you're buying into that. We're at 71. You're gonna have
he said
to
he
hit
believes
like.
it?
Me.
Okay, no way. He's injured because of fishing. Well, if he wasn't injured before, the way he got slung around, you think he's injured now.
Yeah.
But he was saying the injuries before that,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean,
So here's the deal. Of course, we are privy to some conversations that
we
you
haven't
guys-
had a handful of conversations.
you guys will not ever get to be a part of. Long story short, we may not get to see the match this season, but it will happen.
Oh, of course.
And Devon, if you're thinking that just gives you more time to get ready, dude, it's not like Monster Michael Todd is just going to be sitting over here waiting for you.
Unless I win
Bad
the lottery, I'm still training.
Bad
Right?
plan, okay? Really bad plan, all right? But anyways, let's talk about, so what do you think is going to happen then with Jerry and Todd? And what happens if Jerry doesn't walk away with it? Then
First,
what?
click subscribe, hit the bell for notifications.
Yes, if you have not hit subscribe already, please do so right now.
And we're going to go back and answer a bunch of these questions. We do have Super Chat available if you guys want to do that, so it pops up and we stop talking and immediately go answer that. But what was I going to say? Okay, so if Todd Hutchings beats Jerry Cadorette, I mean, does Todd get the match, although he lost to Devon?
I would think he was the only other person
If
deserving.
Devon says he can't do it. But Devon, I mean, we're 6.5 weeks out. So if there was no bruising, and even on his video, he said, or on the podcast, he said he'd be back to full training in 2 weeks.
Right.
I mean,
And it's still several weeks out from that.
Yeah.
And let's talk about when you broke your hand pulling Jerry.
yeah, I pulled 8
You
weeks later.
Pulled again 8 weeks later. You
Against
spent
Marcio,
what?
yeah.
You spent what? 2 or 3 weeks?
I spent
rehabbing?
3 weeks rehabbing and
And
training around the injury. And then, where's the podcast? I just Googled WAL this week, and it came up. I think it's maybe episode 17 or something like that. But yeah, so I was back to train. I had rehab for several weeks, but it's been 3.5 weeks since the match. But I mean, he's having arm wrestling practice down at Artem's.
Right.
He's pulling 700-pound groupers.
And he was redlining. I mean, he was giving it everything.
Oh, against a grouper or
Yeah.
grouper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's because they said something about I didn't see all of it, but about getting yanked in the water and you get ate up by sharks if there's a pool of sharks or something.
Well,
Was that happened to
So
me?
let's just clear that up right now. He's stating that the injury did not happen when he was fishing. The injury happened when he was pulling Dave Chafee.
Yeah, you
That's what he states.
That's my
Okay.
interpretation.
So
of
for
what
you
he
guys
said.
going, no, he pulled it while he was fishing, that is not what he said. Just going by his own words here.
Yeah,
Right.
you gotta watch the thing because it actually jerks him to the ground on the left side and traps his left forearm under the pole against the boat.
Ooh.
People are trying to stand him back up.
Yeah, I remember him saying
Damn
something
it.
about that squeeze.
And for those of you
Yeah.
that are saying, stop hoping that he's injured, we're not hoping
Dude,
he's injured.
I'm hoping
We want him on the
I'm
table.
hoping he's the strongest he's ever been,
All right?
so that it's not a flash pin by me. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm so strong. But I mean, I'm excited. Devon is the match that everybody wants to see. Devon will be a great match. I had to wait 7 years for my rematch, so him getting it a year later is not quite fair. But if he wants it and Jerry doesn't pull it off, I'm pretty sure they're going to give it to him. And
He just has to accept
I won't try real hard so I can keep him in the match a little longer. No, training's going well. Training's going really well. No, I did. Okay, so I did talk to Devon. I can tell this: if for some reason he doesn't get the match, like if Jerry wins or whatever, I did speak to Devon about possibly coming down between now and finals and training with us.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, we also had Ryan Espy message the Gorilla here talking about wanting to come down and do some training with us.
Yeah.
So we may have a few more guests in the Monsters domain, right?
Sounds good.
See if they can handle the Monster and Gorilla workout.
Yeah.
Sounds
It would be
good.
really interesting.
Hey guys, if you got any input on who you would like to see in the Monsters domain, drop it down in the comments and we'll have a look at that. And we just might reach out to them. Maybe it's you.
I did just
All
get off
right.
the phone with RJ Molinare, and he's pretty excited.
Swamp people.
Swamp people. He's pretty excited. You know, he pulled a tournament last weekend, and you know, he's 57 years old. He's like, dude, I haven't really been, I didn't take things seriously, but I think I still got it in me. So I said, hey, dude, I'll send you some of my training videos on our channel, let you check it out, and if you and Jay Paul want to come up and do some training with me. So, I mean, how cool would it be to have them in the house, right?
Yeah.
Juji, obviously. You know, and I did talk to Tom, what was it, earlier this week,
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to be, their schedule's pretty booked. I told them the last weekend that I'd be available, or the last day, because if we could do middle of the week, it would be like September 10th. I don't want to do anything 2 weeks out from the finals, but they may come down. He said he's going to talk to Juji about it, so they could be September 8th, 9th, 10th, or we may end up having to wait for after the finals. But I'd love to see Juji. I was watching today about him doing the big stone.
Oh, yeah, 400 pounds.
What is it called?
Husafel. Yeah.
Husafel song, and he carried this. He did pretty good. I didn't really watch it. I was listening to it while I was doing my cardio circuit. But he takes on a lot of cool challenges. So I'd like to see if he could, because he's a strong dude. I'd like to see if he could finish our circuit with the weight that we use.
Yeah, I think he could. I think with his condition, he could probably blow through the 150 maintenance weight.
The maintenance weight.
I think he'd be interested to stack it on.
To see if he could do the same workout, like us do the workout, let him follow right behind it.
Yeah.
Especially come September 8th or 10th, because that's going to be the heaviest circuit.
And who are we talking about?
Juji.
Juji. You want to see if he can do your heaviest circuit ever. Your heaviest circuit ever for 5 rounds? Are we talking about all 5 rounds?
I was hoping, yeah. I mean, I want to see, right? I mean,
that would be the test.
He does everything else that everybody else does. Like he tries what World Strongman.
That would be the
he tries-
test because he's not over here picking up a 200-pound stone. He's picking up the one that these guys are training
the
with.
Husafel stone, the
You
big
know,
one.
I mean, if you're gonna test him, you gotta.
You got to test him all the way. So
I
I
think
would
that's
like
fair.
to see. Well, he's only 220 pounds, and
Yeah.
you know I'm
I'm sure that's
221. So okay, I'm 260, 259.8. You're what, like
How much did you say you were?
397.
397? I said it's 221. That was a joke.
From here, maybe just this.
My
It's got a
head
big
getting pretty big. Now, it ain't as big as gorillas. Look at that. See, I got a big ass noggin. So for that dude to have a bigger head than me, that's
I
a
can't
full.
even- I can't
He's
even-
full grown according to Oilfield.
Yeah.
Full grown.
I can't even
Full
wear
grown.
snapbacks. I can put the snapbacks on the last one, and they just sit on top of my head.
That is bad.
It's
Bobby.
terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
So we've discussed. Devon says that he has a small bicep tear that is healing. He does want the match with Michael. May not be ready for it by finals.
No, he wanted it like November.
He wants it in November, guys. You know, so let's just make a special date.
Let's just do it.
Let's just do
let's
it.
make it
all right?
happen.
Let's make it happen.
For
Wait,
$1
let's go to
million.
that. That could be
Monster
on.
Michael Todd.
Monster Macatai Classic, November 2nd, 3rd.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what. Ooh.
There you go.
Look, come
You can
on.
get a
There
crowd.
has to be some of this.
That does need to be some money. Who wants
There
to
has
put
to
some
be
money
some
up for that
cash
match?
up.
We can go fund me that one. We crowdfund it. What's it
No,
called?
okay, wait a minute. If we're gonna GoFundMe a match, that's not the match. I want.
406, 408. Our record is 512. I'm just saying.
If we're gonna do a GoFundMe for a match, that is not the match I want to GoFundMe.
Oh, 11. Travis?
Travis Badgett.
Travis.
All right.
Who
Did
thinks
you
we should
guys-
have Travis on here with us?
Did you guys? I think we should see that. Did you guys see the? It was the podcast with him, Ron Espy, and Chris Scott.
Who's that last guy you said?
Chris Scobby.
What was his name again?
Super chat. Thank you so much, Zachary Wall. If Corey wins, who could he face next season?
My opinion is Mike Aiello.
I think Mike
Because
Aiello
he
or
pulled-
Ian Carnegie would be a great
If
matchup.
they still use Ian Carney, that'd be great. And it's not. I just think those are good matches aesthetically for TV, right? I think that would look good. You're a big dude. Ian's a big dude. You're a big dude. Mike Aiello is 10. So I mean,
Super tall. The dude is tall.
He's a big ass
It's
dude.
wild.
He's a big ass dude.
Yeah.
And they actually pulled before Nationals last year.
Yeah.
So that would be a good match to have. Because anyone that thinks this Corey West, and he actually commented and said that Paul Passmore is going to beat you.
Right.
So yeah.
Who
So
did that?
Mike Aiello.
Oh my.
He said,
Mikey boy.
He said in 10 to 15 years, Corey probably be strong. 2 to 3, 10 to 15, something. I don't know what he said. It was outlandish as hell. What I would like to see is people who have faced him in the past pull him down, right? So we're going to find out next week. We're going to find out next week, is this hype or is this dude a bad dude?
Yeah. It's a big question. I haven't lost to anybody but you in so long that I don't.
Did I say that again?
Yeah, it's interesting.
Who's that dude who keeps kicking your ass?
I mean, you know.
So is that your goal? Is that your main goal?
Which one? Beat me?
That's I don't think about that. I worry about the smaller things, the things that are in the near future.
In the way?
in the future.
But what's your end game? You gotta have an end game. Number 1 in the world, right?
I mean, that's what everybody wants, right?
That's it, right? I mean, so
Yeah. There you go.
so if y'all don't know, I'm creating my own leaven here, right? So
Leaven.
this is our project. Project create
So
your own
Levin
leaven.
started small and got big. Corey's starting big and we're chiseling it away.
We're gonna. I mean, this dude is getting strong.
So strong.
It is funny because
Don't
someone
even
said something the
understand
other day. I'm like, he already beats me in what, like 50% of the shit we do in the workouts.
Yeah.
Yeah, give or take. Yeah.
I mean, it goes back and forth. Like the one thing he was beating me at was country crush, seated rows, and then we maxed out that one day after the workout, and I beat you by a rep.
Yeah, it goes back
But
and forth.
I'm telling you, a lot of times it works on who does the set first.
Yeah.
If I do it first, he'll end up beating me. If he does it first, I'll end up beating him. And sometimes I can't beat him. Like y'all saw the pinch grip shit. Like I knew I couldn't do that. And I think if we do the strict bicep curl fresh, I think it'll be.
Agreed.
I think we both could do 200.
Yeah, because I actually tried to do the strict bicep curl like a week or two after a tournament or a super. Maybe it was after the deal in Bentonville, and then mine was way affected.
Yeah, mine was 3 days after day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
I think I struggled to get 165 and didn't even feel like doing 175.
okay, gotcha.
You know, so it was. It
is a little bit different,
Yeah.
but I mean, I enjoy the
I
challenge.
think that your biceps are stronger than mine. So.
Well,
I
because
agree.
the biceps were your weakest point when we started doing the workouts.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And you still are out on me in the workouts, and it'll be more evident soon.
Maybe a little bit. I mean, it's the gap in the gym, maybe that, and then the gap on the table is a little bit bigger. You know.
Yeah, both used to be about.
Yeah, I've never, like I said this in one of the videos that we did the other day. I don't know if it was Ernie here or it was I think it was Ernie. I've never seen anyone in my almost 30-year career make these type of gains this fast. So that's been a lot of fun to be part of, you know.
Yeah, I still got to prove you wrong on the bench thing. That's coming.
Dude, he said he did 500 or 405 for 10 the other day.
Yeah.
And you missed that at your peak. You only got 405 for 9, right?
Yeah.
And you did a 10. And
I think I could have got the 11th, but it really wasn't worth it.
did you have a squatter?
I did, but I didn't want the strain 8 days out.
So was that before a workout, after a workout?
I just went in and warmed up and just hit it.
You just warmed up, put 405 on there, and did 10 reps.
Yeah.
Wait, pause. You're telling me that 8 days out you went out and did a heavy bench?
That was light. If you could do it 10 times, it's light.
That is how I tore my pec though.
That is exactly how he tore his pec.
I was going for 405 for 8 and I tore my pec.
I was going for 10.
He didn't just tear his pec, he almost tore his junk off.
When I threw that bar, I almost lost an appendage.
It was going to be bad, okay?
It would really ruin her life, I'm telling you. For real.
Oh my god. There are super stories. Sorry.
Alright, so, do we want to go back and read some,
Well, first I want to talk about,
We're not
I was
yet.
talking about doing a GoFundMe for Travis. Did you guys happen to watch the podcast with Ryan SP and Chris Cobby? Travis is like, I'd do that. Is that the right voice? I'd do that for 25,000. I'd do that.
I don't know if that's
so
the
we
voice
come
or not.
up with that. If we could come up with that, Travis.
25, I mean, I guess I'll pull him for 25.
The dude is funny though.
Yeah.
He went from 25,000 right hand. He's like, I'll pull anybody for $100 left hand.
I don't need to be famous, but no, that's ridiculous. The other thing that was funny was he talking about me being a pussy and all these events I was at that he won that I didn't compete in. And I was sitting there racking my brain trying to figure out when the fuck did that ever happen. You know what I'm saying? I know, that's one F-bomb the whole show. Y'all gotta be proud of me. And that one deserved the F-bomb, right? Because it's ignorance. And what I think it was is when we had the $50,000 match scheduled for 2013, we did a bunch of these singular frogs, stone pony, stuff like that, where he had to compete in the tournament so that, you know, the match made more sense because I was the reigning champ, he'd been out for a while. And I guess he's talking about that. I made more money being the guy shaking hands and taking pictures than you did winning. So I don't even know how that made any sense. But I don't think anytime ever. Corey, what's the only video you've seen?
The Arnold where he's cheering, you know.
So I was winning and he was cheering. Is that what you're
I
saying?
think he was chanting USA.
He's like, Michael Todd, you're the greatest. You know, he still thinks that though.
So he didn't pull that tournament.
He didn't pull that tournament.
You were at the Arnold with Dennis the Plankoff and Travis sat down.
Yep.
He didn't pull that tournament.
No.
Okay. Just as long as we can get that straight. So, you guys, GoFundMe, let's set that up. Let's make a Travis
Put on a
Todd
funnier
match
note.
happen.
What was the funny thing?
how funny was him talking about
Chris
Godwin?
Godwin.
It's like Devon probably won't actually hurt you. He'd probably just grab you by the throat or
Yeah.
maybe the ear or something.
That was funny.
I was rolling.
Yeah.
It was good. It was good.
I really
good
think we
footage.
should have him on here
It was
and
fun.
talk to
All
him.
I know is that Chris Godwin was getting really fidgety. You could tell that his mood was going down. I saw some fear there.
What about the end of it when he said, "Oh, you're all welcome to come to the NA"? Wait, not you, Godwin. Our insurance will cover you.
That is great. So before we get back to these questions, I want to talk about your match coming up. We talked about it at the head of this before we were interrupted because we had to give the breaking news.
Breaking news.
Your match. You guys that have just tuned, be sure you hit subscribe and share this feed, okay? The Gorilla is going to be pre-show for WAL 505. This is a WAL debut, and you better do it good, boy. You better do it good.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Because the
What's
pressure's
up?
on for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, you're not going to be loud back in the gym if this shit doesn't go down
Well,
right.
it's not only that. I'd hate to, not just disappoint y'all, disappoint everybody, and then it could also have a little bit of an effect on, where you were at in the gym after that. I'd hate to mess up your mentally.
Right? Okay.
Mentally, it would be bad.
Because
if,
this match for you is not happening at your peak. They're peaking. They're planning out their peak perfectly for Michael's finals. I'm talking about they're going
my
up in the
finals
gym.
and his fallen heroes.
Fallen Heroes. They're going up in the gym every week. And the week before Michael's finals is when they're going to peak with their lifts, right? So this isn't at your peak that you're pulling him.
No, but I'm still not very strongest right now. There's no doubt about that.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
He just did 405
5 for 10. Yeah.
405 for 10.
And everything
And
that I was
bench
doing
may not
last
translate,
time
but it's a good test of strength.
outside of here,
Yeah.
this feels light.
Does it?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everything is
healing well.
It's healing well.
Yeah, so we say broke down all the time. And that's why I tell people, I was like,
Because you're not pulling it. I mean, you're not doing anything
Nothing,
right now.
nothing now.
Not 7 days out, right?
No.
All right.
I tell people that normally 10%, any given day, 10% of the active arm wrestlers in the world can show up to my house and beat me because I'm broke down every day because we train so hard all the time, right? And somebody told me on one of our videos to quit talking about how hard I train. Do you know how hard we train? It's crazy. All right, so it's
I
insane.
just invite that person to come train.
Yeah,
Come train, and then you
it's
can be.
pretty ridiculous.
You know
But
what
I mean, seriously, because we stay broke down, we're never at our best. I mean, and we see it when we're on the table.
I tried to tell Ernie the other day. He was like, "Dude, it was terrible." I was like, "Just imagine this." I said, "We're gonna have to stop after this week probably." But we literally did morning cardio, arm wrestled for over an hour, did our workout, and then arm wrestled for over an hour again.
Yeah. So it's
It was
cardio
miserable.
circuit. That's that 15 sets of wrist rolls, 15 sets of battle rolls, forward wrist rolls, reverse wrist rolls, and then eat, then arm wrestle, then workout, then arm wrestle.
And these aren't the only workouts you're doing.
So anybody that thinks that they see a 20-minute video and see what we're doing to train and they might train harder than us has lost their mind. Because I guarantee you nobody else spends 4 hours a morning.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. I hate stating things as fact, and I did the other day say, I guarantee you every day we step in the gym, we out train. Paul says he out trains, and I'm like, there's no way you're out training Corey. Who knows? I don't know. I just think the likelihood of someone putting in that specific work, right? I mean, and there's a big difference of being in the gym for 2 hours and working out for 2 hours, right? You can't train the way we train for 2 hours. You can't. I mean, it's as hard as you can go, as fast as you can go, and it's about 15 minutes. Now, then we recover, whatever, eat, and then we'll get on the table, and then we'll do a weight training circuit, same thing. But who knows? I hope everybody is training as hard as we are, so at least it stays competitive. You know what I
And
mean?
you know what? If they're not, they're going to. They're going to be because
I do think what we're doing is the evolution. But go ahead.
Now, Big E, you guys saw him. If you watched the video, if you didn't, you need to go back and watch it. It's in the Monsters Domain. Big E came in. He did he did a back workout and he did an arm workout, right? So he's going to start coming once a week. Is that correct?
That's what he said.
He says in 3 hours each weig's gonna come to work. And then some guy, I don't know what his name was, said, "You got the King's Blue and that's it." I'm like, "No, I got 3 WAL hammers." All right, what was you saying?
That's great. That's all you're respecting.
Yeah.
So no, actually, Michael's got all the moves. Right.
You know that's right.
Right.
I got them
Hey,
all.
let me slide out.
But anyway, so Big E is going to be coming, and I'm talking about he's going to be coming here to train this way because big eye opener for him. So you can be expecting big things to happen for him in the next 6 months as well. And I'm telling you, these three guys will push each other continuously. And that's one thing that our supers in this country have been missing. The supers do not have other supers around them, training them and pushing them.
No, each place has, like Dave Chafee has arm wrestler by 2 hands. And then you got, there's no group of super. Oh yeah, and I talked to Bruce the other day, and he's going to try to coordinate it where you can win me, you, and Arnie. All 4 of us train together.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
We got a gym of Titans, guys.
Bruce is going to be like 1,300 pounds worth of 4 people.
You know? Yeah, so people will be catching on to this type of training, and they will be amping that up for them. One question I want to ask you. Have you been doing your homework on the WAL Ready Goes?
Yeah, we.
You've been listening, paying attention?
It was bad at first. It was, which it was Michael, so, you know. But, yeah, I think it's going to be fun. I'm excited.
Because that is the one thing, guys, that I see happening from the Europeans when they come over to pull for the first time. Anybody's first time to pull.
Except for Mullen.
Mullen smashed it, all right? But she's pulled WAL before.
When?
Didn't she? I thought she did one of tournament style.
I don't know.
I thought she did. I may be wrong. Super chat. Chilby man. Nice shirts. Oh, touch it.
Let's put the one before you get it rolled down for us.
Nice shirts. Caught one at 504 and you signed it. Awesome.
Sweet.
Thank you so much for the support. Love the super
Thank you
chat.
guys. Appreciate the support.
So anyways, the Ready Goes seem to be the biggest problem with people that should have a better performance on the table. So that's been my only concern. But this guy right here, making sure that gets down right.
Yeah.
Feel good about it?
Yeah, I feel good. And to talk about what we were talking about, I was going to say one thing about the Ernie thing. Ernie's a big dude.
He's a big dude.
People, if he really takes off on the program and his hand gets where it should
Dude's
be.
hand's like this big. Like it's that
like
much
up
longer
there.
than ours.
It's like up there.
It's really big.
6'5", 3.
He's 6'4". He's
6'4",
fairly tall.
320.
Yeah, he's 320.
Yeah, big guy.
He's a big dude, and he's new. He's a year in, right?
And he's committed.
So, I mean, anybody's going to drive 3 hours each way to train one workout. I mean, Corey drives an hour and 15, hour and 20, 2 to 3 days a week,
He
right?
started
Each
doing
way.
it. He started doing it once a week, and then once he saw the gains,
He's like, okay, I got to start coming more.
He started coming more. And the thing is that his gains were also your gains.
Yeah, I mean,
You know,
it was
pushed you to another level.
a byproduct of him getting stronger just made me stronger. I haven't, and we probably said this before, in the last decade, it's always been me self-motivated, go out there and work out. You know, I had a goal, had to get to a certain place before the next match, whatever. And it was always just me. I never had a group, never had a club like Devon. All these different, you know, elite guys have a club of arm wrestlers. I never had that. So having Corey here, you know, I've had Bruce come down a few times in the past, but it never was consistent. We rarely did workouts. We just table time. So to have someone push me in the gym, which I haven't had in at least a decade, has really made huge gains for me and allowed me to take my strength and abilities to another level. Just like the video we did the other day with the whiteboard. I think I would have been cool just being as strong as I was the last time. And Corey's like, no, we can be 20 pounds stronger. And I'm like, okay, it's whatever. Let's try it. Never been there before, but we'll try it anyway, you know.
It becomes a game, and
it is, yeah.
It becomes fun, you know, to try to consistently, you know.
It's fun if I'm doing the work. See, the other 2 workouts that I do each week that you're not here are not as fun because I still have to go up, and I'm like, this sucks ass because I'm out here by myself doing heavier weights than I'm supposed to be doing, and it's all because this guy wants to get stronger every time, right? So if I'm getting strong in those exercises, all my other exercises have to go up too. So I'm doing those by myself. Thanks, Corey.
And it's good. It's super good for the mental aspect of it, because going into Dave, all you knew was, I'm the strongest I've ever been.
Yeah, there was no doubt about that. I had no idea how strong he was going to be, but I knew that I had never. Yes, I had bench press more. You know, I had done bench press because I mean, a lot of my bench press now is injuries. You know, elbows, both sides, torn pec, torn lat. I mean, I've torn shit, right? So
he's getting really old. I'm about to
oh, dude, it's bad. She's gonna put me down. But the strongest I've ever been on arm wrestling related stuff, and I knew that by a significant margin.
Yeah, bench is not. You know, having a strong chest is important. Having a big bench is not.
It's fun.
It is fun.
It's
That's
fun.
the only reason.
It's fun, and I mean, I would like to get back out there and hit a 500-pound bench again, but I don't know if it is as important to me as keeping the hammer. You know what I'm saying? I think the hammer, you know, it weighs a little bigger, right?
Yeah, so, for sure. You've had your big bench. And
yeah, but I did it before like social media was cool. Like, see, that would have been the shit. like me doing the big bench, 520 and 405 for 13, and got video, and then then it would last forever. See, the shit you do now lasts forever. The shit that I did is just a story. It's like a high school. When I played football in high school, I did. Well, where's the fucking video? Damn, that's my second F-bomb. I apologize. All right, so.
We're going to demonetize.
Can't wait to get that video of that 600 bench.
Are you really gonna do 600? That's such a big goal.
We'll see.
550 would be huge. That's exciting to me to even imagine a 550.
Yeah.
But
Okay, guys, we are at 360. We dropped off 100 people with you talking
it
about
wasn't
benches.
100, it's 50. We never got over like 416.
Nobody cares about your high school stories.
They
not
don't.
Todd.
They don't. No one cares. I think it's when we started talking about Travis, everybody left.
They ran out. Okay. All right, guys. So if you are just coming on, we talked about already the breaking news. So you're going to need to scroll back and check that out. Listen to it. Regarding Devon, no limits. May have found his limit.
Well, he found his limit last year.
Yeah, he did.
We-
I'm talking about permanent.
Yeah, no,
Right?
he's gonna be fine. It's all good.
No, he might be running from you forever.
Well, if he's got his sneakers on, he's probably gonna be running for a while. But okay, so what we got here? Let's look at some
Let's
look
look
at some
at
comments.
some questions.
I'm
Let's
moving
get
in
down
close.
to what you guys want to know.
All right, so how do we do this? All the way back to the beginning?
Don't go all the way back to the beginning.
We're gonna go right
You
there.
just scrolling. I mean, y'all, he's
That's
just
where we're at.
scrolling like he's doing
Bajent's
that.
recovering from an injury.
Well, of course
Okay.
he will.
Love you guys. You're doing a great job with the channel. What's his name? Fred McKee. Thanks, Fred. Appreciate the support. Bajent is a shadow. Monster and Angerbayev.
One day, please.
I mean, maybe.
Let's see what happens with the top 8.
Yeah, I mean, who is Corey's main goal? Who's your main goal, Corey?
I mean, it doesn't have anything to do with the person.
Whoever's holding that number 1
Yeah.
spot.
I guess the number 1 spot is his main goal. It would be funny to have Travis train with you guys.
We want
It would
to.
have Travis talking while we're training because he ain't got no work ethic. He'll tell you.
Stay in
that.
there,
It would be
stay
fun
in
as shit though. Gorilla will beat Levin, I reckon. Oh yeah, I hope so.
That's what we're training for.
I'm telling.
Alright? I say we, and I mean the royal we. It's actually all on this guy.
Devin definitely injured himself. You can tell his little golf balls, blood vein. He's had that. No, he's had all that stuff. He's had those like.
Who's saying that? You gotta read it.
Oh, sorry. Hang on. I don't know. What does that say?
Aaron Russ.
Aaron Russ.
Are us.
Aaron's are us. I don't know. Yeah. So
Aaron Russ.
Devin has had those calcium deposit spots for probably close to a decade. Did this go all the way back to brand new? Son of a
That's
gun.
why I told you can't do that.
I
Y'all
was trying.
see, he's not used to the scrolling.
I'm not a good
part.
scroller.
All right, just
We're
stop
gonna
with
start
the
with it.
question, baby.
Show us Devin's hammer. It's in the other room. I'll get that out next time. Levin, Lillette, and Todd Devin. I mean, who knows? that could be accurate. Danny Chesh is coming for your hammer. No, he's not. Todd is very strong press, so he can squeeze it in. My press is pretty ridiculous. It's a sick press, fast shuttle roll, son. What if they made y'all sit in chairs and pull? I would still win the hammer.
I want you to read the names.
Oh.
I would not. I'm so bad at that.
And gonna have 5 hammers soon. Thanks, Josh. Okay, I'm supposed to be reading these. I'm sorry. Back pressure, somebody was a thing back sit down arm wrestling was a thing back then. Yeah, I'm actually having a sit down table coming from Combat Arm Sports. Okay. It's a good time to be an arm wrestling fan. Thanks, Jason Lewis. We're doing what we can. We love the sport. Do you guys think the bottom 8 will continue next year? I thought it was pretty funny. That was from TSB, the sports bar. I guess that's the sports bar. Is Tim Bresnan close to you? Nah, he's up in like Connecticut. I heard he bought some land in Kentucky, like a farm or something, but he's never moved down. What do you want, honey?
Turn it so you can get more. No, turn it so you can get more of the gorilla in
Well,
there.
he would lean in. I mean, this is too hard for me to read. Corey, you start reading. Go ahead. You ask the questions, Corey.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. I did it again.
Uh-oh.
What'd I do?
Not
No.
Todd, you
He
stupid
broke
miss.
it. See, I'm going to cover it up every time.
All right. That's
Yeah, you
okay.
Go from the bottom. Just start
She
right
just
there.
said start right there. Sorry, guys.
All right.
Is Mrs. Monster Canadian? I don't know who said that. No, but she has a Canadian accent. When she says out and about, it sounds like she's Canadian.
I do not say it like that.
About?
If and when
Yeah,
Jerry
that's
beats
okay.
Todd, how does Devin get a match with you?
If Jerry beats Todd, I think they're giving the match to Jerry probably. I mean, if Devin said he wanted it, I think the WAL would give it to him because of, it's a better, it's more marketable match.
Well, they have a product that they're trying to sell. And
Yeah.
the only way that you do that is with good views, good interaction, and the more views and good interaction would come from the you and Devin Larratt match. It's not a progression, folks. Not yet.
Yeah, it's just,
Hopefully,
it's trying to sell the
eventually
sport to the
it'll be
mainstream,
year-round. hopefully eventually be like the UFC and be year round, and we won't have just these matches happen. You know, it will be more of a progression type.
Monster, where do you think you stand in the top 8? Just curious.
Who said that though?
What would be your best competition?
My best competition would either be Levon or Vitaly Laletin.
Garz.
And I would like to see Prudnik and Trubin. I think that'd be interesting. Prudnik and Trubin would be a good match to see, but they won't because Trubin lost.
Huge fan, say my name. All right, that's
Jackson
Mulholland. Okay.
Thanks, Jackson.
Hello.
Appreciate the support.
Share to your feed. Let your friends hear us say your name.
Devon Larratt is your hardest matchup at WL. Devon Larratt was my hardest matchup. Is that Carlos somebody? Yeah, Devon was. I have advanced, in my opinion, quite a bit since then, and I think I've negated a lot of Devon's options.
Kevin Sorbo, Jerry's going to destroy Todd with pressing. I can't wait.
It'll be interesting, but I mean, if he wins, he's going to destroy him. In my opinion, he's going to go right through him. But I'm not 100% sure he wins.
Didn't you call it 3-0 either way?
Yeah.
Like you don't think it's going to be a match, a mix.
For sure.
Put my beard on the line at WAL 506 to make sure you don't lose. To be honest, the beard now is essential to my acting career. What? So the beard can't be gambled anyway. But you're right. There's other reasons why I'm not gonna lose WAL 506. So putting the beard on the line would not be any added pressure to me. I have to win WAL 506.
Is this really live? Can I get a hell yeah?
Is that Razorback?
Razorback.
Razorback.
Yes,
Hell yeah!
Sir. Yes, sir. It is absolutely live.
How'd I get the nickname Monster? Who said that? Brandu Sun Express?
Yeah.
So, 2006, NAL, Neil Pickup, I shared in a room. He hadn't seen me in a while. I was 250, pretty jacked. Came out of the shower, and he's on the phone with somebody in the UK, and he's like, oh my God, Michael Todd's a monster. You know, because no towel. But, no, so then the next day he started calling
This
me
is
Monster.
supposed to be PG.
Oh, you didn't tell me that. The next day he started calling me Monster Michael Todd, and it stuck.
Loser to Lambo, how much would it cost to spend a few days training with you? Would you ever do something like that?
Yes. Okay. So I was watching Travis. Travis came up with a good idea. He would do an all-day training with someone.
It's great that you
at
just
his
plugged
house.
his idea.
Well, I mean, you can train with Travis, or you can train with the champ. You know what I'm saying? So his is $500. You come in. You know, he feeds you, he trains you, he answers whatever questions you have, whatever. So that's actually a pretty good deal. It's $1,500 if you want to fly Travis to you, right? And that covers his airfare, his hotel, whatever. I think that's actually a pretty good idea.
It's a pretty good
We
deal.
would want him to come to us though.
Yeah, coming to us is better because if I fly, it's both of us, and it just doesn't make sense. We have to get people to watch our dogs. You have to be cool with dogs, so we've got a bunch of dogs. I actually think that's a pretty good setup. I may start doing something like that, just because you know I have everything set up here. Once we get the gym finished, and I don't know who that was, the contractor that said, "Dude, if you buy the materials, I'll come down and finish that job for you." Message me, because the contractor I have right now is not doing it. So if there's anybody on here that can do this work and get it done quick, hit me up on Facebook because I need that to happen.
How much money would a person need to set up crossover matches between WAL and Top 8? Mark Brochu.
That would be straight between
That's Steve
Igor
Kaplan,
and
Igor,
Steve.
and right now Steve has talked about that in the future, right? Right now I don't think it's anything that's on his radar because we got to sit down with Steve a lot last weekend.
Yeah,
and hear
great discussions.
It really solidified the fact that I'm in the right place. Top 8's amazing. I love what they're doing. It's a purist. I love the sport. I love what they're doing, but
Would love to be a part of it.
would love to be a part of it, but I like where Steve's head at and what his goals are, so I'm pretty excited about my future WL.
Why doesn't Mistress Monster compete in arm wrestling tournaments? 6'eye.
Why does Mrs. Monster not compete, honey?
I hate it.
She hates it. There you go.
You said the anxiety, right?
It's the anxiety. It's the worst, okay? And, I mean, if you just don't love it, I don't love it. I just don't love it. I love watching arm wrestling. I love promoting arm wrestling. I love cheering for it. I do not, in any way, shape, or form, love, like, even at that no care part to compete. I hate it. Okay?
Every day she competed, I somehow was an asshole.
You are an
And
asshole.
I did nothing wrong except be basically perfect.
Well, she did have to make those cuts. Like whenever
when
we went to the Arnold the first year, Oh, I felt so bad for her. She just went like a drink of water. She can't
Couldn't
even
eat, couldn't
have
drink. And this asshole, like I said, he is an asshole, is eating like Little Caesar's pizza right next to him.
Somebody just asked me if I'd arm wrestle a big male gorilla for $100,000. Hell yes. Absolutely.
Can we insure the arms before you do that?
Insure him for $1 million, $10 million, get the $100,000. We had 10.1 million. I'm telling you, I'm
There
down.
you go.
I'm down with that one.
There you go. Sounds good.
Rock climbing with the gorilla, Joey asked me.
Never gonna happen.
That would be something.
Yeah.
All right, because
the little
do-
rocks are probably not weighted for my size.
Yeah,
Start ripping them off the
Rip
wall.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
How did I get into arm wrestling? JF. In 1990, I arm wrestled my dad growing up. I had English driver's ed at Votech. I was at Votech, and somebody said a guy was second in the state in wrist wrestling. So we got on a little cafeteria table. I beat him. He's like, "Hey, you should go to this tournament at Saline County Fair." And I went, took third, and got hooked, and had him build a table. When I got back home, I built a table. I built it to my height, so about 4 inches too tall. I started holding tournaments at the boys' club. That was 29 years ago.
Melvin Saldana, a big hello from India. Will you be coming down to
Delhi in the future.
Would love to.
Would love to come to India.
Get
It
your
would have
sponsors
to be
arrange
both of us. Have to
the
be both
trip
of
for
us.
us, and we will go there
Dude,
and
I
put
would-
on a seminar, do whatever it is that you want us to do. Someone was asking, I want to get to this. They said they saw Big E come and try to do all 5 rounds, and he was not able to. And you said you would like to come. I said earlier, if you did not hear, Oreo, hush. I said earlier, if you did not hear, go ahead, come out with some suggestions of who we should have into the Monsters domain to put that challenge to them as well. You can choose which workout you want to do: back, chest, arms, or shoulders. All right, you can choose the circuit.
I recommend back or arms, if you're an arm wrestler. But the other ones are great too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'd be awesome. Someone said, when are we coming to Australia? What's that say?
When
Nzinga 06, NZIGGA 06.
Yeah, I mean, we passed on it twice in the past because of other conflicting schedules, and if I ever get the opportunity again, we are definitely coming. Somebody said hello from South America, the equator or something. Ecuador. Hey guys, what's happening? What's up, Oscar?
Yeah, the Monster family is definitely up for traveling to new places. We love experiencing new cultures. We love giving seminars, whatever. Do a tournament while you're there. If you guys can just arrange it with your sponsors, we're happy to go.
As long as WAL is cool with it too, right?
Yeah,
There's some
well, it
stuff.
can't be during Michael's
Yeah.
competing season.
When is Devon coming to Monsters Gym? Maybe spend a day together, Baron. Yeah, I mean, we talked about it. If we are not pulling at 506, he may come down between now and then. Do you think Devon could have a chance against Dennis if he used the King's movement? His right arm's different than his left. So I didn't think his left was an accurate depiction of where they were to where his right arm would be. His King's move was better than I thought it would, so he may have a shot. What's the name of the character in SWAT? Are you enjoying the experience? Do you have any projects and movies already prepared for after this? Would love to see you on the big screen someday, Ricardo. I'm not allowed to give away my character from SWAT, but I have been talking to a couple of agents. I had someone call me today about a potential movie role. I'm going to pursue it. This has been a childhood dream of mine, and I would love to. I've heard there's a lot of opportunities going on in Atlanta, so I'm going to try to coordinate something. So after I pull WL 506 in Atlanta, maybe I can stay there and get some work in while I'm there. So super excited about that. It was definitely a blessing for us. What else we got? How long have we been on? 43 minutes. Armies and mass thoughts. Armies, two different people said that. I think Armies has a better hand, and because he's got a shorter arm, he's going to have a higher post. Matt's going to have to come down to him, but I think Matt may be more explosive. So I think I picked Matt originally. I think I picked Armies originally, but I'm just excited to see the match.
Gorilla versus who? Well, if you guys missed it, we already talked about he's going to be the prelim match for WAL 505 against Paul Passmore.
But they said who would be the best match?
Who would be his best match?
Right now,
Oh,
Ayala would be a good one.
I still like Ian Carnegie. Did you say he may not be pulling?
He hasn't pulled this season, but he has
Has Gorilla done taken Don Underwood?
Yeah, he beat him at the last event. They're gonna have a rematch for the Top Roll World Title belt September 21st at Fallen Heroes.
Right, let's talk about everything that he has coming up. Okay, so he has 505 and then what? He's got some pretty big stuff coming up, guys.
Yeah, Fallen Heroes is September 21st in Kansas City, Missouri.
Yeah.
I'll be pulling Don Underwood right-handed and Cody.
Forget about Cody Merritt left-handed.
Cody Merritt
Oh my God.
No joke, guys.
Cody Merritt's
right?
a bad dude left-handed.
Where's Cody Merritt ranked?
I don't know. He's
Left-handed.
number 2 in North America, 3 in North America. I don't know what the rankings say currently.
Okay.
But Gorilla, could you beat Todd Hutchins?
that's a tall order. I've never even gripped up with him. I would not answer that.
Do you
Any-
think?
Go ahead.
Do you think Travis still has it, or do you think he's just blowing smoke and keeping up the illusion? It would be cool if he made a comeback to elite level arm wrestling.
Travis is one of those guys who just has great genetics, genetic potential, predisposed to be good at arm wrestling. He's good. He's a good athlete all the way around. Right now, do I think could compete if the event was next week? No. If you give him 2 months, 3 months, I think
He'd be ready.
He could pull at a pretty high level, especially left-handed. But I think his right is comparable. I mean, he did beat Dave in 2016 pretty convincingly. I mean, he cheated like crazy though. I mean, he cheats the WL setup more than anybody I've ever seen in my life. So if you make Travis arm wrestle under PAL, I think he might beat the 154 guy.
Oh, did you like how he talked about? Did you like how he talked about that? Whenever they originally come up with the WAL pads, they didn't foresee the future of it playing into your style so much.
He's like, oh, I didn't notice that was gonna do that so bad.
So was that Travis's idea, the 9x7 pads?
I was always told it was Travis's idea, but it sounded like in the video he said it wasn't his idea.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly how he worded
Yeah.
that.
9x7 pads. What do you think?
Prime Michael Todd versus Prime John Brzink. Who's saying that? Omar? Prime Michael Todd
Which is
beats
now.
Prime John Brzink. Any day, every day, any rule system, I can't fathom a way that John would beat me. And that's taking nothing away from John. John Brzink is a bad dude. He's the greatest arm wrestler of all time.
He
But
is the GOAT.
He cannot
You gotta say
dominate
it. Yeah.
today. I mean, people are arguably saying that I potentially can beat Levin. There's Neil Pickup. Devon, in his interview the other day on the podcast, says right now, 5 rounds, he thinks I'm the best arm wrestler in the world. 5 or 6 rounds, he thinks I beat anybody.
He didn't
And Neil-
say it's Levin or Vitalik.
he said it doesn't matter. Neil said the same thing. I don't think you could say that about the best John Brzink that ever lived. And it's just a different era. And I've had to adapt, right? I've just kept training. I'm a bigger person than John. John's got a big hand. He's got a big thumb. He's genetically probably was the best arm wrestler John did not weight train. Like maybe for 12 months in his entire career, he did I think after like 18 to 19, he weight trained. The rest of the time was just table time. So it's apples and oranges. Do I think if you had someone who had John Brzink's genetics and John Brzink's skill set, and you let that dude train the way that arm wrestlers train today, I think that version could beat anybody. But
Okay.
that wasn't the version. That version never existed.
All right, let's assume that John was still pulling and he was still at the elite level. Wouldn't we assume that he was also evolving?
No. And I'll tell you why. John doesn't want it as bad as I do. He's never had to train him like this. I mean, he's genetic. I'm not genetic. I'm not predisposed to be good at this shit. You know what I'm saying? I just hate the feeling of losing. So I'm willing to go out there and damn near die in the gym until I don't lose, you know? And I don't know. I'm not trying to make myself sound better than John because I don't necessarily think that's the case. I just think that John Brzink today, if he was still competing, would do just enough to be John Brzink. I don't think he would dig deeper because he's never had to. I've had to my whole life, right? My opinion, I don't know.
So we know he wouldn't King's move.
Oh no, he would definitely King's move.
That's
Anybody,
what I said.
liars are losers, baby. Liars are losers.
Yeah.
Okay, and if you guys don't understand that statement, you're either lying by saying that you would rather lose than do a King's move, because ultimately you would use a King's move, or you are a loser because you're a self-admitted loser because you'd rather lose, right? So it's very clear. You're a liar or a loser, in my opinion.
Yeah.
All right.
I think the only people that let the King's move affect them are people that are more worried about what everybody else thinks than actually
Yeah.
winning.
It's you guys
That
that
could
succumb to
be.
peer pressure. Mm-hmm. Did you guys happen to see the match where the kid was asking, am I doing a King's move here? And he's obviously doing a King's move at the end of his match. A King's move, guys, is an open top row with pronation and riser. Okay? So am I wrong?
No, you're right. I was reading this
totally
comment.
right.
Sorry, go
All
ahead.
right? So he's in this position, open top row, dropped, and then he comes up, right? Obviously, King's move, and all of his buddies are like, oh no, Philip, that's not a King's move. That's not a King's move. That's something special. All else together, but it's not a King's move.
Oh,
And they sounded just like that when they said it because it was
Can
their.
you talk like that later? That was pretty cute.
Oh, Lord.
Because I was talking like a
No, you weren't, fool. You shut up.
Pussy dude.
A
So
pussy dude?
Does that turn you on?
Pussy dudes do not turn me on. Thanks.
Okay. That's what that voice
I just
was.
thought maybe it would, switch things up a bit. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here.
Y'all make me be in here a little awkward.
All right, what do we got now? Todd, Kratos, God of War, Larratt, Superman. Okay, so who wants to think? Should I put it out there or not?
What?
No, just like a beat the champ deal, but
No.
no. Okay, sorry, can't put it out
Can't
there.
share that yet. What do you think would have happened between you and Matt Mask?
I would have won 3-0.
And that's basically why the match didn't happen.
Well, I mean that's
Which was ridiculous because the result was the same.
he won
Matt
3-0.
favor.
Yeah.
You know?
Was I 100% when I pulled Gasparini? No. I was on vacation, and it's 3 weeks after I won the Arnold. But he still was
Can't
very,
take anything away
very,
from you.
very strong that day. Like Rebecca's like, they sandbagged the shit out of you because he was like 20, 30 pounds bigger than he was previously. And they let him stay in his room until like 5 minutes before the match, and I was there for like 6 hours signing autographs and taking pictures and doing all that stuff. But I knew they gave away cool trophies, so I like cool stuff, and they give away cool trophies. So I'm like, yeah, I'll arm wrestle while I'm on vacation.
And your only
Yeah.
option in that match was to hold on to him until he fouled out.
Yeah, well, no, unless he would have kept. If he wouldn't have fouled out, after the first 2 matches, he wasn't going to pin me again. And people were like, oh, you never pinned him. That's because he fouled. If he wouldn't have fouled, he would have quit before me. I would have pinned him.
Yeah.
But I did win 3-2. I didn't pin him, but I got the cool ass trophy. You know what I'm saying? So, but no,
And you will never take lightly an Italian again.
I'll never take lightly anybody. They're like, hey, you're pulling her back. I'm like, cool, I'm gonna smoke that ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking
Corey,
that
let's go train, bro.
right now. I'm gonna top roll the shit out of that chick.
He taught you a lesson.
Yeah.
Good
Yep.
lesson. Ryan Espy versus Devon Larratt left. Who is?
Well, I heard him talking the other day, and Ryan, I think thinks he can win. I would pick Devon.
Still, because of his options.
Yeah, and over super matches.
And he doesn't
Tournament
win.
match, Ryan Espy might get a flash on, but I think Devon, figures him out. Michael Todd versus Dennis Klinkoff pre-Dennis injury. Okay, so Dennis beat me in 2016, 4-2, which I think would have been 3-3. I got fouled out the last match, didn't see the foul, but that was by far not even close to the version that I am now. And I do think the version of him that pulled Devon last year was the strongest. But I think I could win 5-1 or 6-0.
Let's go back to Ron Espy.
My
Let's say
opinion.
Ron Espy comes and trains with Monster. Then who beats Devon? Or who wins? Devon or Ron? Do you think you can get in there?
Okay, so a lot of that comes down to heart, right? And confidence and belief in that you put in the work. My style of arm wrestling isn't necessary. My style of training isn't necessarily for you to just destroy your opponent. I mean, it's cool if that's how it works, right? But what it is you have enough confidence in your work that when the match stops, there's no amount of effort or load that your opponent can put on you that you're not used to feeling in the gym already. That's how I feel. That's how I foresee our training. Now, that has not really been the case with you. You've just been smacking the shit out of people, right? Because you're just so damn strong and smacking.
I think
you feel confident if the match stops.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, it hasn't happened a lot. It happens a lot when we pull, whenever you let me get into positions. And I can remember the first time I ever got in that position, about 10 seconds in, my hand blew up, and I was trash.
Yeah.
I ended up getting beat in the king of the table, and
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was bad. And I ended up getting sick. I mean, which there was other things to that, but yeah, it just totally destroyed everything I had going. And now I can pull like that for a pretty good while. So, I think it's made a huge difference.
I agree.
This person keeps saying this. Todd, Kratos, God of War, Larratt, Superman.
And I think as Carlos just said, me beating Simplinkov 6-0, what am I smoking? I'm smoking the fact that I got a badass riser now. And Dennis's options to beat me is going to have to be so strong that he just smacks me. He won't out arm wrestle me.
Even Dennis was talking about your high table IQ.
Yeah, I mean,
You know?
my rods are strong. Okay, so Dave Chafee ended up losing to Devon. That match, Dave would have, in my opinion, would have won on any other set of rules, any other table. The match he lost to me, he would have lost in every set of rules on every single table. And that's Dave Chafee is one of the strongest arm wrestlers on the planet. So I think a match with me and Dennis would be very similar. Dennis is Chernobyl, Michael, you're a Kratos. I don't know, man. I pray that.
Hey,
right
Jody Williams is in the house.
What's up, Kings Move, baby?
If you guys aren't following him on Facebook, you need to be. His lives are a lot of fun.
Oh, I would love that. If Devon comes to Monster Gym and gets smashed by a gorilla in training, in sparring. Nah, it would be fun. I mean, I hope Devon can make it. I think it'd be good. I want Tom and Juji to come down. I want Ron Espy to come. I'm cool with sharing. Okay, so I was talking to RJ a minute ago. He's like, man, if you'll show me this
RJ Molinaire.
RJ Molinaire. I was talking to RJ Molinaire. And he's like, well, if you'll show me this and that, I won't tell anybody. I'm like, dude, tell everyone. All my videos, everything I do is online. I don't keep anything back. My rope pulling, you'll see a video of me rope. Every single thing that I do is online. Because when I win, I want there to be no excuses. You knew how hard I was working. If you chose not to work that hard, it's your fault for you losing. So I'm cool. I'll tell everybody. John Brzezinski, be Michael Todd.
When will WAL guys be able to mix it up top 8? We all want to see it. Contract issues.
100%
Yes.
contract issues.
100% because Michael, Devon, and Dave were all invited to top 8. They could not pull because of the contract and because the seasons run concurrently. If WAL, if Steve and Igor can work it out, we would also love to see it. Go ahead.
Mitchell Phelps, 35-year-old Michael Todd versus 45-year-old Michael Todd. Any version of me previously to now loses to me now. I'm better. I'm strong, and it's weird because I'm 46 years old and I'm actually stronger. But it's
The wife.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's the wife.
Yeah.
She may be why you're so patient now, though.
That's probably the reason I'm so patient.
That's why you guys get the impression on the table.
Yeah, I deal with this all the damn time. But she's pretty nice on occasion. Which version of Devon you think is strongest? Today's? Devon says today's the strongest version, except for a small bicep. But yeah, they say Devon. Devon says he's the strongest Devon right now.
Super
Zachary
chat.
Wall.
Exclude yourself. What match do you
One
want?
match.
One match you want to see?
Levin versus Vitali.
Yes.
Badly. Shots in my hand, monster. No, I went to physical therapy and I got ultrasounds and
Electrostim.
E-stim and the E-stim probe therapy,
Basically,
ice treatment.
you couldn't grip with it for a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
And he had to start light.
I had to start back light, but it worked out real well.
Increased his calcium and vitamin D. A lot of that. Corey, aren't you worried about your WAL match will be too easy?
No,
Why would you be worried?
I'm not too worried.
Yeah.
No,
No.
I can't have that mindset on anything.
If Prudent beats Levin, is that more impressive than John beating Dennis? Yes.
Yeah.
Because when John beat Dennis, Dennis was brand new.
And if Unger Bayev beats Levin, y'all, the world's ending.
The world's over. Done deal.
True David into life story there.
Yeah.
Devin going to something to Chris Gobby.
Oh yeah, wait.
Devin giving death threats to Chris Gobby. Your reaction? I
Okay, I
think
was
it's
laughing.
amazing. Mitchell Phelps.
Just
What's up,
wanted
buddy?
to donate. Thank you, Mitchell Phelps.
Man, appreciate the support as always, young man.
You're awesome, dude. So y'all, again, the whole Devon and Chris Gobby thing is really unfolding pretty well on Facebook, but also on the Ron Espy, Chris Gobby interview with Travis Badgett. You get to see Travis Badgett really slamming it to Chris Gobby. He's like, yeah, you're going to get it handed to you. I love when he said, you don't want to be the guy that wakes up at 3 a.m. with him standing over you.
I hear he's good at that.
He does that.
You don't want to be that guy.
And then he also, what was the thing he said? And Chris Gobby's giving all kind of praise. He goes, yeah, because you've never Kings movie. You're like, don't say never. dude, I will stab you. I'll do whatever it takes to win.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Travis Badgett,
Yeah.
y'all. Travis Badgett would Kingsmove. It's just not in his wheelhouse. He said. And by the way, Jody, Larratt, you are my hero because your comeback to Chris Scobby, I couldn't read what Chris Scobby was saying because he's blocked. But what you said to him, oh my God, had me in stitches. I wish I had that ability. Just say those things, you know?
It would be interesting to take a tally on, say, the top 20 guys in the world right now and ask them if it come down to the title match, you getting the number 1 overall spot in the world, and you had to King's move to finish, to be able to extend the match to win, would you or would you not? Because the top 20 includes anybody, they includes a
In the
lot of
world.
names, and
Not
anybody that
you.
doesn't like the King's move is going to look up to somebody in that top 20. And anybody that's a true winner is probably going to say they would.
We
I
know
would've said,
my
what's
top
up,
would.
Russia? I
We know
couldn't
Dennis
pronounce the name.
Flinkoff would.
Well, yeah,
right?
Dennis definitely.
Dennis has a King's move, okay?
Dave did.
Dave did.
Dave was
does.
in, he was like, I'm in it
Yeah.
to win it, baby.
Yeah, so that's 4, you guys. And I know that Dennis is not currently in the top 20 because of his injury or his health and stuff like that, but he's been doing it.
What's up,
For you?
Pakistan?
Did he start before you?
No, about the same time.
At the same time. Okay.
Michael Todd do a fishing trip with Gigi and Tom. I'm cool, whatever, man. I'm thinking possibly, like I said, I talked to RJ Molnar, we might be going down and doing an alligator hunting trip with him.
Alligator
That would be
hunting.
cool. That'd be cool.
Can we do catch and release?
Catch and release, my wife said.
I can't hurt those alligators. That would be
What's up,
horrible.
Indonesia? Man,
All
we
right,
got
guys.
fans everywhere, dude. This is awesome.
Rebecca.
reminds me.
It reminds me of Ronda Rousey when you smile, cutie. Aww.
Aww.
Thank you. I love Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, she's cool.
All right, guys. So, anyways, I gotta feed the monster. Gotta feed myself. This has been fantastic discussing this all with you. If you have just hopped on, be sure you hit subscribe and click
What's up,
that
Finland?
bell. Click that bell for notifications so that you get notified when we're going live. You don't want to miss it again if you miss it this time. Rewind it, watch it from the beginning. You can hear what the breaking news is, and you can hear more from the gorilla regarding his match in 505.
Indeed, indeed.
All right.
Natalia Lent versus Todd. Those are matches I'd love to see. What's up, Chili? Yeah, dude. There's a lot of matches out there. Levant. Basically, I need to win 506, and then
That's
whoever.
what your focus is.
My focus is 506, and I don't. And the thing is, like Romania, man,
Romania.
this is awesome.
Hey.
Corey was talking to me yesterday. He said it's gonna be better when I know who I'm facing. It won't change my training. It's not gonna change anything necessarily. but
Okay,
it will help.
insomnia.
It'll add
In,
focus.
insomnia says, what if a gator latched onto one of your dogs? I will rip that gator apart with my hand, okay?
Yeah.
But if it's not putting anybody in my family or my dogs in danger, I don't want to kill it. Can we not? Like, it has a family.
Pakistan again, Bulgaria. Yeah, someone just asked if you can beat Ian Carnegie. What do you think? You've watched him pull.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Right.
I think so. I think Ian's a great dude, and he's got a lot of experience, been around a long time. I don't think he trains as hard as Corey does, and I think that's the biggest difference. It just, naturally big dude, strong guy, trains with Devon, whatever. But I don't think this is his priority right now. Since Corey has put a lot more, he's prioritized his training a lot more. You're seeing a completely different Corey West for sure.
Corey will be lifting the WAL hammer in a few years.
Was there a time when Michael Todd had hair? Dude, what are you talking about? Like tons of hair.
That was also pre-me.
Oh, that was pretty hard.
Nice chat with y'all. Talk to you soon.
See you guys.